Hello guys, welcome to day 243 from 400 Days of Learning Programming Challenge. Today I'm trying to continue creating the AI that I were trying to create yesterday. It is a car which is trying to randomly appear in the page in a grid or in a matrix, in MATLAB. And this car trying to find its way to the finish line. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, please check out my yesterday video. You will understand what I'm talking about. So let's get back to our job. This is the track that we created, and I'm trying to use ChatGPT to solve this problem. So this is the rules that I were trying to write yesterday. And let's continue writing these rules, and then we will give this to the ChatGPT. This racetrack matrix have a border that limit the agent from not getting outside of a certain area. This limited area is from cell It's from row 1, column 1, row 2, column 2, row 3, column 3. How can I mention this without getting this one by one? Let's say is from cells in row 1, up until column 3. In these rows and columns. Row 1 up until column 3. Row 2 up until column 2. Row 3 column 2. Row 4 column 1. And let's create this part. Row 7 from column 11 to 17. And row 8 to 32. Row 8 to 32 from column column 10 to 17. 10 to 17. 10 to 17. Okay. And let's create these borders. We just need to copy this and say row 50 to 22. 15, 22. 15, 22, column 1. Right? It is column 1. Now 23, 32. 23 to 32, column 1, 2, 2. Right? 1, 2, 2. Up until 29. No. From here to here, 32. Now I have to check this. 30 to 32, row 30 to 32. This one looks from row 8 to 32, from 23, from row 23 to 32. 23 to 32, column 1, 2, and what I have done. Let's check it from the first row. 15 to 22, column 1. 15 to 22, column 1. Okay, so we have it. Now 23 to 32, 23 to 32 from column 1 to column 2. Okay, we have this. Now we need one more line. Which is from 30 to 32, row, and from column 3. Column 3. So we have these limited area. Okay. What is next? Let's check back the rules again. I forgot them. I have a 17 column and 32 rows, cells. 70 columns, okay, in matrix of MATLAB software. Name this. I have to say I have to I want you to create a 70 column and 32 rows cells in matrix of MATLAB software. Name this matrix racetrack. I want to create a game for me with this matrix. in this. Racetrack. This game must be created using Monte Carlo method in reinforcement learning. In this game, there is an agent trying to reach the finish line. The finish line is in the cells blah blah. We have a starting line as well, which is in the cells of blah blah. The game has the following rules. Agent can appear randomly in one cells of racetrack matrix. Agent must learn how to reach the finish line in the fastest way as it can. In order to reach, so let me type a hint for myself. So when the agent must learn how to reach the finish line in the fastest way as it can, we have to create a table. And in this table, we want to track the way that this agent has been moved forward. So let's type create table. So I'm not going to forget this. Make it red color. In order to reach finish line in the fastest way as it can, the agent can move with a velocity of 1 to 5. By velocity, I mean the agent can jump from one cells to other cells with minimum of 1 cell movement to 5 cells movements. This racetrack matrix have a border that limits the agent from not getting outside of a certain area. This limit area is from cells in these rows and columns. So when the agent go outside these cells, rewards, we have to put rewards and punishments. Rewards and punishments. Okay, so we need 2 more things to complete this. One is rewards and punishments, and also a create a table. Create a table. Let's check the rules here. We have rewards, actions, and states. Our actions are our velocity, the states are grid scores, rewards are -1 on track and -5 off track. For off track. Let me check my notes. For every movement, we have -1 rewards, punishments, or rewards. And -5 off track. Okay, so we only need to do 2 things: rewards and creating the table. So let's create the rewards first. Type the explanation. If agent getting out of the limited for every movement of the agent in the cells, we give the agent -1 reward. Even even if the agent move 5 cells we still even if the agent, let's say no matter what is our velocity, agent movements moves to cells are rewarded -1. I mean, if the velocity is -5 is 5, and the agent move 5 cells in 4 directions. Have I explained which is the directions? No, let's say we need define directions. Okay, define directions, create a path track table. So these are what we need to define. Okay, if the velocity is 5, (0 to 5), and the agent move if the velocity is from 0 to 5 and the agent move it's still rewarded -1. But if the agent getting out of the limited border there, that the will be a punishment. -5, and the cell and the agent have to come back to the agent, and after this the agent have to come back to the cell that it was previously. In its last move. Okay, so this is the rewards and punishments. Define directions. I think it's better to define directions up here, or maybe here, I don't know. And the agent only can move to the left, right, up, and down. Only can move to the left, right, up, and down. So these are the directions. Of course, if you can see here, we only need to move up and right to reach the finish line, but our professor says that if we created up, left, down, and right, we getting more scores in our exam. Define directions. So we define it. Create a path track table. I want you to create a table called path track. In this table, I want you to show me this table have two axes, table with two axes. Am I right? Two axes? Or maybe we have to say this table have this table show two things. Compare to each other. Two parameters. Let's be more scientific. Two parameters compared to each other. The first parameter shows the actions, which is our velocity. Let me see if I am right. We have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actions or velocities. So from 0 to 5. I don't know why I have to set the velocity from 0 to 5, because we have movements. The agent is going to move at least one cells, right? So why should it be from 0? But this is what the professor told me to set. I don't get the meaning of this, but I'm doing that. The first parameter is, and the second parameter shows table. In this table shows the two things. Direction, direction and rows of okay. So let's create one more thing to make sure our reinforcement learning, our AI is already learned what's going on here. So we need to set a conditions. We have a table called path track. Create a table called path track 2. Path track 1, path track 2. If the numbers in the table path track 2 is let's say I want you to create a condition in order to understand learned how to reach the finish line in every iteration. The condition is create. This is our condition. Create condition. Create a table called pass_track2. If the numbers in table pass_track2 is equal or different less than this, then learned how to reach the finish line. Okay, I think that's enough rules. Let's give this to the ChatGPT. Create this game for me in MATLAB language, just to make sure it's get what I mean. We already told that, but you just double check. Save. Let's give this to ChatGPT 4, but I think it's going to give all our answers too much slowly. Define the boundary conditions. I were hoping that it gives me the whole codes in one line. Let's cancel this. Let's say give all the codes in one documentation. Okay, below is the complete MATLAB code to create the racetrack matrix and implemented a Monte Carlo reinforcement learning game to train an agent to reach the finish line. That's a lot of code. The finish line and starting line are marked with 1 and 2 respectively. The boundaries are marked with -1. The boundaries should be -5, I think. Parameters for Monte Carlo simulation. Epithets, gamma, actions, cube, blah blah. Creating a path track, one table, create a path track. Let's just copy and see the results. Where can I copy this? Copy the code, paste it. I hope I don't get any error. Save it, run. A lot of errors here. Error in line 43. Let me copy this code again. Paste here the codes, and let's say in the code below I received 2 errors in MATLAB. First error, actually 3 error, or maybe let's say I received these errors in MATLAB. Change the code below in a way that fix the errors and give the whole codes to me so I can copy them at once. Oh, we spent 40 minutes. Let's check this code and then we finish the today practice. We continue tomorrow. Okay, copy code, move all this, paste, Control S and run. Still have errors, new errors. Of course, it's still continue calculating. As you can see here, it's right fuzzy. So if it takes too much time to get calculate, it means we have some problems here. But let me check the tables. We have two tables missed. If you remember, I told him, the ChatGPT, to create 2 tables for us and name them to pass track 2 and pass track 1. Anyway, but it didn't. So let's check this tomorrow. Okay, we have pass track 1, pass track 2 here, but it doesn't show me the results as the way I want. I want this to give me 5 columns, which are my velocity and all the ways to the rows, and give me the directions. Let's do this tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching. See you tomorrow.